Hello parents and guardians. Next week, Wednesday, September 15th is back to school night. Now traditionally for back to school night, parents and guardians come up to the high school, we meet in the auditorium, we have a brief welcome, and then we have the opportunity to go around the school and visit each of our students' classrooms. Now last year we did this virtually, and we had success doing it virtually and positive feedback around the accessibility and the convenience of virtually. So because of that, and also because we do want to exercise some precautions, we are going to do it virtually again this year. And so this is a little introductory information, and then we'll walk through exactly how to join that back to school night virtually. But in terms of introductory information, I have to say this year at the high school, there's much more of a familiar sounding buzz in the hallways, in the commons, and in classrooms. And I'm saying that compared to last spring when we came back in that hybrid format. Much more laughter and the sounds of high school seem to be back, and that's very refreshing to hear. This goes for while we're in school, as well as the fall athletic events that I've had an opportunity to go to, the sounds on the field and in courts, and hearing that, and then hearing our students support one another as well. Very, very exciting. So we are off to a good start. And like I said, it's nice to hear those sounds back in the high school. We do have some exciting events coming up. Homecoming is one of them on October 1st and 2nd. And we've been working with the class officers as well as the advisors on what homecoming will look like this year. Currently, this is our plan. That Friday afternoon, October 1st, we'll have our pep assembly. Our plan is to have it out on the football field, and so all students will be located in the stadium there. And we'll have a little more space, as well as we will be outside. So that'd be the pep rally. We'll finish our pep rally by 3:15 on Friday. That gives us an opportunity to finish our parade and have that parade go from 4 to 5 and have that complete by 5 o'clock. So pep assembly, parade, Friday, Saturday, Friday night football game, obviously. Saturday dance then here at the high school. And for the dance, we're planning to use the gymnasium. Typically we use the commons. Planning to use the gymnasium and then have the commons as some overflow area with tables and the punch and things of that nature out in the commons to kind of spread students out through that area. Obviously students will be in masks, as will all chaperones, but it will give students an opportunity to again bring homecoming back and be together here at the high school for that dance. So that's homecoming. We've had some questions about field trips recently, and I think it's important for parents to know that for the most part we're approving field trips. We even have some out-of-state field trips planned. And the key there is that students and staff will be expected to function with the MGSD guidelines in terms of risk mitigation, wearing masks inside, for example, when they travel and wherever they travel right now. So that guidance may change as we go through the year from MGSD, but whatever that current guidance is, that's what students and staff will be expected to follow when they do travel. Talking with staff, there are a lot of valuable learning opportunities with field trips, and we do want students to be exposed and experience those opportunities. So we're planning to go ahead with those field trips this year with those stipulations, as I said. Little update on enrollment. We are as large as we've ever been this year. We have an enrollment of 1,112 students right now. If you go by grade, our freshman class is 284 students. Our sophomore class is 281. Our junior class is 268, and our senior group is 263. If you look at students coming and going this year from the high school, we had 28 students withdraw from the high school for various reasons. There are 85 new students to the high school this year. Of those 85 students, 48 students are new because their families relocated to the district, and 37 of those students are new because they open enrolled to the high school. So that gives us additional 85 students with the open enrollment and the students moving to the district. So that's a little bit of information by the numbers with our enrollment. Moving into our back to school night on Wednesday, September 15th. Let's take a look at how to access our students' classes virtually. The first thing that we want to do is pull up our students' Infinite Campus schedule. So you'll see the schedule here. Once we pull that up, the second step that we want to do is really take note of the teacher's last name in each period. So this example here, this student has first hour on an A-day, fashion design, teacher's last name, Emily Moses, last name Moses. So we just want to make note of that last name, Moses, for when we are going to find that teacher's link later on. So first thing in the schedule, locate each teacher's last name. A couple of special notes when we're looking at schedules. If your student has a lunch, ACP, ACT, or open study hall, those types of things, that's a period that the student doesn't have class for you to visit, I should say, on back to school night. So those pieces of the schedule will not be a class that you go and visit. However, resource centers, whether like Social Studies Resource Center or Math Resource Center or ARC, those are classes that we do want to go and visit the teacher, and there may be multiple teachers listed, as there is in this case. So you'll see here this student has Academic Resource Center, ARC, third period, and the first teacher listed is Laveri. And so when you go to find that class, you'll use that first teacher listed, their last name, Laveri, as the link. All right, step 3. We want to go to this link, Back to School Teacher Links. We will click on that, and there you will see all teachers listed by last name and the link right next to their last name. Now that's the link that you'll use to join their classroom on back to school night. If we look at the schedule here, 10-minute class periods and a 5-minute buffer between each class in case someone goes a little bit over that 10 minutes, and also gives us a buffer to make sure that everyone has been led in to that class so that the teacher can start. Because once you click on the link, you will be asked, are you ready to join? And you will ask to join by clicking on that Ask to Join button. Now, if you are not using an MG email, which I assume most of you will not be, that teacher will have to let you in by clicking on your email and letting you in as it appears. So the teacher will let each parent in, which may take a couple of minutes, which is why we're allowing that 5-minute buffer between classes. So once you've said ask to join, hold tight and just wait, and that teacher will let you in. So for each class then, you can repeat those steps 1 through 5, going to the links where it shows all teachers by last name and clicking on the link that matches up with your teacher's schedule, 1A, 2A, 3A, etc. We are including here on step 6 this optional back to school planning doc, a very helpful tool, and if you click on that, you'll be asked to make a copy immediately, and just go ahead and hit make a copy. And once you have that copy up, that's now your personal document that no one else can see, and you can go ahead and populate that document with your student's teacher's last name, and you can copy and paste their Google Meet link next to their last name. This way, on back to school night, you can relax and just go through this document, clicking each teacher's last name in order. So it's a little bit of legwork at the start, but it may be helpful to do that in advance of Wednesday night. So again, next Wednesday, September 15th at 6:30, back to school night at Monona Grove High School. I hope that many of you are able to attend. It's a great opportunity to hear directly from your students' teachers, to hear about some of the expectations in that class, as well as some of the opportunities that are coming up in the 21-22 school year. I hope to see you all soon.